She's crushing it. $3 million in sales in the last 3 months on open listings. It's Dawn and Nicole. We're in the real estate cellar, and we are talking about our member who has been doing the open listings. That's right. That's the one that I challenged to get 200 listings in 30 days. She took it to the next level.
Okay.
She got almost 400 listings in 30 days.
All right, I didn't know that part. She got 400?
You knew that.
No, I didn't know 400. I knew we hit 300. I did not know
we
400.
hadn't updated. Because we were at 380 something
Okay.
the last time we talked about this.
I'm glad.
She went over 400.
You guys don't tell me anything anymore.
You know, we keep you in the dark. You're a mushroom, Nicole. What can I tell you? But
Interesting. She crushed it.
she's crushing it with the sales of these open listings. She's selling them. $3 million worth so far.
So this is a month later.
We're about 3 months in.
So this can work for you. This can work for the average Joe Schmo,
This
right?
can work for everybody. This is what I tell everybody, okay? You might not live in an area where there are a lot of these new construction developments or whatever, but open listings work even in the most rural area. I told you this story once before.
I think so.
That where I came from in upstate New York, the most rural county you could imagine, farming everywhere,
Okay.
and there was a guy who wanted to become a full-time realtor. He was a part-time realtor. He had owned a local store, so a lot of people knew him, but he wasn't a realtor for his job.
Right.
He decided, I'm going to sell my store.
Yes.
I'm going to become a realtor. I'm going to open up a brokerage, and I'm just going to do great. And he told me that. Like, I saw him at the ice cream stand. He was like with his kids.
I wish everyone had that comment.
He's like, I'm going to do great.
I'm going to do great.
You believe in yourself. That's very important. You must believe in yourself. But yes, he said, Dawn, I'm opening up a brokerage. Went out and got a logo. I'm going to spend all kinds of money on it. We're going to be the #1 brokerage. And I'm sitting there thinking,
Yeah, okay.
sure you are.
Get out of here.
But he proved me wrong, because about a week later, I started driving around town, and there are his signs everywhere, like on all these different lawns.
Oh, okay. Lawn signs where he
Lawn
has his name
signs.
as a realtor?
Yes.
And how did he do that if he didn't have that many homes listed?
Right, so you're just starting out. How do you get that many listings?
Right.
Right, everyone knows when they're just starting out, it's really hard to get listings. He got them all as opens.
Open listings.
He got them all as opens. This is where, partially where I got the idea, I gotta say, but I did see it actually in action work. I drove all around, oh my God, how can he possibly
see his face
have?
everywhere.
What he did was he went to developers and he listed their land and he offered to do it for them, with an open so that they could sell to anybody. And then he put his signs in all of these lots.
So you can do this with existing properties though, right?
You can do it with existing properties, you can do it with new properties, you can do it with rentals.
Condos, apartments.
An open listing is nothing more than a listing where more than one agent has the right to sell it. But the only person who gets paid is the person who brings the buyer. That's it.
So you advertise, you're marketing yourself over time, so your face is everywhere, and people are like, I think I've seen you before.
Right.
You seem trustworthy-ish.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So 1 year later, after starting all those open listings, and he spent money. You have to spend money in this business. He bought billboards, he bought ads, he bought leads. Within 1 year, #1 agent in the area.
All right.
And but he started with open listings because you really need listings to advertise in order to get leads back. So my state MLS, we allow open listings, so that's why we talk about this a lot. But we do it because in New York City, it's what they do. They do open listings. It's very popular there. They do it with rentals mostly. But I mean, it's done on sales too. It can be done on anything. And yes, exclusive right to sell is better. And yes, everyone wants
Don't
that.
downplay it. It just is what it is. It's just different avenues to get to the same place.
But it's much harder to get. How do you break in? How would you break in?
Well, ski mask first, and then, a little bit of duct tape.
A little Slim Jim
Yeah.
into the door? Isn't that what they call
I
that?
think that might be what they call that.
Or is that what you eat when you're eating the beef jerky?
Done.
No? It's no good?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bottom line open listings work. do them because you will not be sorry.
Peer pressure. I would like to talk about clients from hell.
Oh, I've had those.
Clients from hell. Give me a story. It's story time.
Story time.
I'm
All
ready.
right.
I'm ready for this.
I'm going to tell my story from hell, and I want to hear all the client stories from hell down in the comments. I need to know this.
We will read
This
them.
happened to me.
We're going to read them. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, we absolutely. But this happened to me. A friend of mine, I was showing her houses. Every weekend we would go somewhere, and every house that we'd go to, we should find a perfect house for her. And she would always offer $10,000 less than they were willing to accept, like on every deal. And I'm like, you're not going to get it.
Does she want a house? I mean, at that point, do you even want it?
She wanted a house, but she wanted a deal. Now, I am the kind of broker who I want my clients to have a deal. So I'm always with it. I'm like, you know what? Fine. Let's try to get that deal. But no matter what the deal was, she would always be $10,000 less than even what the best deal could be. So I was like, I don't think she's serious, right? And I showed her, months and months went by.
Oh.
And I showed her houses, like 2 dozen, maybe 3 dozen houses, like everything on the market. And she would constantly send me listings, and I would do all the comp research for her and everything. Well, one weekend I went away.
Comp research? Oh, comparisons.
Yeah, the comparable sales. So I'd find out how much it was worth.
All right, so, okay.
So I went away one weekend. She calls me up and says, I'm sorry, but I put in an offer on a house while you were away with another agent.
She cheated on you. Oh.
Dude.
What do you do?
I was pissed.
I
I was like, dude,
feel violated.
I want my last 10 weekends back.
Yeah, you put in all that work, and then she just decides, hey, let's go with a different realtor, and I'm only going to give you one house.
And she put in an offer that they were willing to accept.
She just jerking you around?
No, so I put in all of these crap offers for her, and then she goes to a house just with some other agent, and she was like, oh, all right, I'll just pay full price for this one.
There's more of these stories. There's plenty more of these stories.
Yeah.
I heard that you had a really good one, so let's hear it.
All right, are you asking me about the client?
Yes.
The Nudist story?
The full Nelson, is that what they call that?
Full Nelson? All right, I read a lot of social media posts, stuff that come up in my feed, and this particular one really just stood out for me. It was from a real estate agent who said that she had a client who was a nudist, and that this nudist refused to work with her if she wore clothes in her house.
Can you work outside the house?
I don't know. Can you say Dickie Doo?
No, I don't want to.
Don't say Dickie Doo.
No, I don't.
I'm telling you why I'm going to say this.
And didn't they?
Because I stumbled upon a nudist colony once.
Wait, pause, time out. What?
Serious.
You
serious.
stumbled across a nudist colony?
Okay, listen, anybody who knows this area, New Paltz, up by Mohonk, knows that if you walk past Split Rock, on the left, there's a nudist colony. I found it by accident. I was just following the stream, because I always do the nature walks down there. And when I tell you, it is not a pretty sight. I'm serious, man.
Sorry, what? So wait, so she wanted to have the clients that visit her house have to be nude.
Have to be nude.
As well as the real estate agent.
As well as the agent. If you're in her house, nude. No, the buyers don't have to be nude.
Oh.
Because she won't be there when the buyers are there.
So what's the difference?
Real estate agent has to be nude. Naked.
Maybe she
Nothing.
Was she attracted to her?
It was weird.
So what do you do? That's
I don't know.
That's a hairy
What would
situation.
you do? Would you do it? Would you go and be naked?
That's a hairy situation.
It could be. Would
I'd
you
have
do
one
it?
of those little Adam and Eve leaves. Like, we're gonna
No,
sell
you
your
can't
house
even.
down.
Not even a leaf.
What?
No leaf.
No dice. Sorry.
You wouldn't do it?
You're a Fizbo now.
I need to know if you would do it. Would you guys do it? Are you going to the house naked? Do you want the listing that bad? I mean, realtors want the listing. I don't know who's falling for that.
I have no idea. That's a client from hell. Tell us your stories so we can go ahead and read them online.
Yeah.
On air.
We must know.
Somewhere. We're going to read them.
And have you been to New Paltz in Mohonk?
Yeah, let us
Walk
know.
past Split Rock by there.
By mistake.
Have you accidentally?
It sounds like there's an act that was just passed on foreclosures
in New York? This one in the New York one you're talking about?
Yes.
Apparently, the New York State Senate, and they voted on it, so they agreed to pass it. Now, I don't think it's a law yet because I'm not 100% sure if the governor has signed this yet. It doesn't
Okay.
seem it. It seems like it's a bill that passed through the Senate.
I am a bill
Okay? But
sitting
not
on Capitol
Little Hill,
building.
that's right. Schoolhouse Rock.
Eh.
Yeah. All right, Foreclosure Abuse Prevention Act. Now, the legislation that it is says that if the foreclosure takes longer than 6 years to happen, that it can't happen at all, then the lien's extinguished because of statute of limitations.
So the lien just disappears?
Yeah. So you take a $500,000 mortgage and you go into foreclosure,
At 300,000.
let's say 500,000. No, let's just say you don't make any payment.
Oh,
Okay? You bought the house, you got it for 500,000.
Okay.
You figured out a way to live there for 6 years by hiring lawyers and suing and showing up in court and doing bankruptcy and calling the bank and asking for forbearance and saying.
So pushing it
you
off.
Yeah, holding it off.
Holding off for
Because it can
6
take-
years,
It can take forever to do a
then they'll
foreclosure.
just drop it.
No, then the bank loses out on their money.
Oh.
So
then,
for all of you who are like, woo, that sounds awesome. I'm going to get my house for free. Yay. No, you're not. What do you think is going to happen if banks are at risk of losing their money? What do you think is going to happen?
Take me to jail?
No.
Oh.
If there's two things that are going to happen. One, for the liens they have in that state right now, they're not going to give any forbearance. They're going to be like, get out as fast as you can. We're going to get as many lawyers as we can to crush any argument that you have to stay in that home. Like right now, they let you stay in the home.
For free.
For free.
For free.
As long as you keep it up while they're doing the foreclosure.
And pay the taxes. Oh, this is getting into
They pay the taxes.
squatters' rights, right? You could technically go in and pay the taxes on the house that's just kind of sitting there. I'm thinking like more rural areas.
No, but these are ownership rights. Like these are literally, you own the home,
Okay.
but you have a lien on the home.
Right.
Okay? Right now, the way it works is the banks work with you. If you call them up, they'll throw some payments on the end because they don't want the house in foreclosure. They want their money, you know? So it's not their goal to foreclose on you, but if they have to do it within 6 years, so that they're not going to wait that long, they're going to want it done right away. So they're going to say, well, you know, you have to be this many payments behind. The minute you're this many payments behind, you're out. We're gonna come and we're gonna do this foreclosure right away. And whereas you used to be able to sit in the house for a couple years for free while you got on your feet and saved money from a job or from whatever,
Balloon at the end.
yes, now that's not gonna happen. That's how these laws are. They think they're helping everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, we're helping
It's going to
everybody.
cause problems.
It's huge, gonna cause huge problems.
Loopholes.
And how many banks do you think are gonna pull out of New York on giving mortgages?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
And they're not going to give loans
Right.
to people with marginal credit or people that don't have big down payments and no skin in the game. Right now, FHA, and they give loans at 3% down, people with a horrible credit, 6% seller's concessions, so people are in those homes and they have no skin in the game. You think they're going to keep doing that if there's any risk that they will lose their investment? They're not.
Nope.
This is do nothing but hurt people. I don't know where people come up with these horrible
Not
ideas.
everyone. There are plenty of people that will take advantage of this. You know darn well that there's going to be plenty of people in
Well, wait a minute. Sometimes I think that the people who pay to get these bills passed, because it's lobbying that pays to get this stuff passed.
So somebody has an investment in it.
Well, why wouldn't it be the banks themselves who are tired of how long foreclosure takes in New York and want an excuse to be able to, well, hey, you told me I have to do it within 6 years, so I'm going to, within the first 3 months, give that first notice, and within 6 months, I want a trial. I want it to go through the courts quicker.
So you think they did it on purpose?
I don't know if they did it at all. I'm not sure who could be behind this, but whoever is behind this, this does not help the consumer. It doesn't help the homeowner. It doesn't help the realtor. It helps the banks in two ways. It gives them, one, an excuse to only make loans to people who are creditworthy, and it gives them an excuse to only make loans to people who have 20% or more down, and it gives them an excuse to do the foreclosure sooner and not let people stay in the home longer for free.
So moral of the story is don't move to New York.
No, well, we have the
Right.
New York State multiple listing service. People already live there. My whole family is there. I own property there.
Don't send me evil messages, please. I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
I was kidding. I was being facetious.
the moral of the story is call the governor's office, because if it already passed the Senate, you've got to get the governor to not sign this. I'm sure NYSAR is working on helping get this to be not signed. Hopefully they are. They work on, NYSAR is the New York State Association of Realtors. They work on a lot of this stuff.
Gonna
And
ask
yeah. So the Association of Realtors, they lobby. But the fact that this could even pass the Senate without a thought that of the harm that this will do to the housing market.
This is huge.
It's huge and it's not good.
Oh, wow. Well, for more not good news, make sure you stay tuned for another episode of Go Home TV.
Yeah, but I need to know what people think of that.
Oh.
So down in the comments, we need some comments, we need some likes, we need some subscribes. Get to it, people. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks for coming to the cellar.
Bing.